Hi there, my name is Jorik Sikkes. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. In this video, I want to talk about sustainable health. I want to introduce the topic to this channel that I call Sustainable Secrets, where sustainable health, the way I see it, the way I interpret that, is health that you will always have. So, no matter what happens in your life, no matter how bad things get, no matter how good things get, you always find ways to stay healthy. So you treat your life as a marathon and not a sprint, where you don't get yourself into a burnout. Because all the things that you're doing, that you don't get yourself into a hernia, that you don't get yourself into all kinds of troubles, whatever you wanna have, right? You don't wanna have. So sustainable health. So basically having a lifestyle where you do the right things consistently and enough. So for example, 30-minute walks every day is a good example of sustainable health. Taking your dog on walks every day, or taking a lot of breaks every half hour or maybe every hour for just 5 minutes to do some stretching and whatever you want to do. Maybe some meditation. All those things will create sustainable health if you do them consistently and thoroughly. So that is what I call sustainable health. So I want to tell you a story about my journey with sustainable health, because I think this is a lifelong journey to figure out and to constantly improve your health. And there are all kinds of things that you can do to get more energy. For example, there are all kinds of things that you can do to become even healthier. Now, in 2021, I was experiencing burnout symptoms. And those burnout symptoms were quite severe. So my brain was foggy, I had brain fog, I had anxiety, which was totally not necessary for the situation that I was in. I didn't have any interest, inspiration, or motivation for life. So I did have the same business that I am now so inspired for, but I did not have that at that moment. I don't know if you've ever felt like that. It's not fun. And I'm a little ashamed to say that it's not my first time. But it was my first time where it didn't go away with what I've tried in the past. And what I've tried in the past was using mind power. So basically, if you're familiar with Tony Robbins or with NLP or just a little bit, then you know that, for example, where focus goes, energy flows. So if you focus on positive things, if you imagine great things happening to you in the future and focus on the great things that have happened with you and to you in the past, then you will automatically feel better and more energetic. And the theory is, if you do that over and over again and also use your body with that, you will actually feel like that and will continuously get better or get easier to feel like that. And that's true, it works. But there is one big but. There is one big requirement for it to work, which is your physical health. Because if you don't have energy to begin with, it's near impossible to have any effect from those things. And that was what I was missing. But I learned this while listening to a podcast that Tony Robbins was talking with someone called Mark Hyman. And Mark Hyman is a doctor in functional medicine, which is a kind of new field in medicine where the body is treated as a whole, where it's a system, where it gets treated by looking at the root cause, where all symptoms that you experience are taken into account and checked. Okay, what is the underlying cause of all of the things that you're experiencing? And he claims that most of the time, and maybe almost always, the root cause is inflammation for all of our health problems. Now, I'm not sure if that's true, but in that moment in 2021, I didn't really have nothing to lose, so I bought his book because I was already at rock bottom, but I bought his book, The Blood Sugar Solution, where he basically teaches you how to deal with the inflammation. And it's very simple, but not easy. It's basically cutting out your dairy, cutting out gluten, and cutting out sugar as much as you can from your diet. And go on a detox for 10 days to 6 weeks, depending on your severity. And I was like, okay, I will do this. I have to do this. I must do this. So I did it. And first I didn't have no idea what am I supposed to even eat. I basically was living on bread. So if not bread, what do I eat? I really didn't know. So that was kind of a struggle. So, but I threw away all the food, all the bread and all the dairy that I had in the house, and I started to find foods that fit the profile. And most of the things that I found were nuts and seeds, rice crackers, rice waffles, a lot of rice waffles, and a lot of vegetables. Now, oh, big brain move, right? Vegetables are good for you. Yeah, I know. But this diet was focused on detoxing, on anti-inflammation. And what happened within a few weeks was that my headaches were gone, my anxiety was gone, and not only that, not were all the symptoms that I had, and the burnout was actually just vanished. It's just poof, gone. My thoughts were more clear and more positive automatically. I didn't have to do anything to get the positive emotions in there. They just happened automatically. Isn't that interesting? I know. So next, what was happened is that I felt better than ever before. I just kept on going on a diet because it was kind of addictive how it felt. And I have not been off the diet ever since. Now, I wavered. I didn't do it as strict as in the 6-day detox. And sometimes I get a little slip up and then I will do a small detox. But I don't know, like, what are the symptoms when I get into that? When things are starting to get wrong, so I can identify it early on and do something with it. So, yeah, I think the biggest lesson for this video that I want to give you is that if you are experiencing any of these kinds of things, I would recommend the book Blood Sugar Solution or the 10-day detox diet, because what are 10 days? Like, if you invest 10 days in just doing that, cutting out some dairy, cutting out some gluten, and just see what it does to you, and if it works and if it gives you more energy, you decide on what to do with it. But yeah, for me it works and it works great, and there are, I don't know, I'm just really thankful for having found the right diet for me. Now, I'm sure that it's not for everyone because it's kind of strict, but you can do a light variant and just have this mindset of like anti-inflammation. The whole reason that I still do cold water swims and cold water showers is that it's also anti-inflammation. And when I feel these things like these burning, for example, burning in my joints, which is I now know also an inflammation thing, I take a cold shower and it's gone, and I know why, because it's anti-inflammatory. So that's what I wanted to tell you about sustainable health. There will be some more videos about it because I am now doing a study on myself where I am figuring out if I might have something of an anti-inflammatory, so an arthritis not a symptom, but might have something with a disease, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm getting myself tested, doing blood research and whatnot to see if that is actually a thing. I hope not, but I wouldn't find it strange because, for example, when I do cold water swims now, my fingers get super white, and I didn't have that a few months ago. So that's one thing, and another thing is that I feel burning in my joints. Like I said, it's not a normal thing. And they asked me yesterday because I was at one of these doctors yesterday, and I asked like, okay, um, is that enough reason to worry? No, they said. If it swells, then it is. So I'm not sure, but we'll find out. But this is my journey with sustainable health, and that's what I mean. The search is endless. It's not something that, oh, yeah, it's fixed now and never look at it again. No, it's something that stays, it's a category of life, your health. It's a focus point that stays. It doesn't go away, no matter for as long as you live, right? Okay, thank you for watching this video. All I want to leave you with is to say, just remember, all you have to do is break through and grow like bamboo. The world needs to see. Thank you.